Starting in a comfortable seat, either laying down or sitting upright, wherever you are, whatever is accessible to you, as long as you're able to completely relax. See if you can place your left palm on your heart and your right palm on your stomach. If you're laying down, you can walk your shoulder blades a little closer together towards your spine, just opening up through the heart. And start to bring your awareness into your body first. So notice if you're laying down, which aspects of the spine are touching the mat. Maybe if you're seated upright, notice the sits bones. Start to soften through the chest and the shoulders. Start to soften through the face, so the eyes and the jaw. Allowing the eyes to close wherever you are. Softening through the brow. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Take a nice deep inhale. Fill the belly first. Then bring the breath all the way up to the top of the lungs. Feel the chest expand. And as you exhale, reverse that. So release from the top of the lungs all the way down and maybe even contract the core at the base of the exhale. So we're going to start to come into this deep belly breath. So again, as you inhale, first allow the belly to fill. And then as you inhale a little deeper, notice this involuntary movement of the upper body, the chest, the shoulders. And then again, as you exhale, release, soften through the shoulders, soften through the chest. Good. And then we're going to start to count the breath. So take a nice deep inhale, counting 3, 2, 1. Hold for a count of 2, 1, and then exhale nice and long and see what this count kind of comes out to. So maybe you're exhaling to a 4, a 5, or a 6, but see if you can make that exhale longer than your inhale. Same thing, inhaling 3, 2, 1, holding 2, 1, exhale nice and long. And you can start to incorporate that ujjayi breath here. This constriction of the back of the throat to mimic the sounds of the ocean on the exhale. And I always like to use the analogy, imagine as though you're breathing through a tiny straw. Notice how the constriction of the back of the throat enables the breath to lengthen. And if you'd like to inhale maybe a little longer, maybe a 4, a 5, or a 6, see if you can maintain that breath retention. Hold at the top for a count of 2 before you exhale, again trying to come into a 1 to 2 breath ratio. So trying to allow your exhales to be double the length of your inhales. But if not, just allow the exhales to be longer. We want to bring that nervous system from its sympathetic into its parasympathetic system. And by creating or cultivating these long exhales, we start to release. Now let's bring that awareness back into the body. Connecting your pranayama or your breath with your asana or your pose. Start to allow the inhales to bring awareness. Start to notice, again, those involuntary movements of the body, the expansion of the chest. And as you exhale, really consciously start to soften. Relax through the shoulders. Relax through the spine, the low back, the hips. Inhaling deeply. Bringing awareness into the body, exhaling, consciously releasing and softening. Softening through the hips, the thighs, the calves, the feet. And we'll take a couple more breaths here. Imagine as though you're completely releasing all movement, all muscle control, and just simply allow yourself to be. And now we'll come into a natural breath. So letting go of this breath count, letting go of your breath retention, letting go of this long exhale. Come into whatever a natural breath feels like for you. Without any manipulation of the breath, just notice what that looks like. And rather than focusing on, this deep belly breath, this movement of the body, of the abdomen, the only thing for you to think about is this sense of awareness. Noticing the rise and the fall of the chest. And just simply allowing your inhales to melt into your exhales. Allow this breath to be completely effortless. Again, check in with the body, soften, release. Relaxing through the face, the jaw, the throat, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, the hips, the thighs, the calves, the feet. Allowing yourself to be completely present. Softening. Coming into this position of the observer and simply watching where your mind wanders without any judgment, just simply noticing. Knowing that if you get caught up in any one thought, you can always bring your awareness back to watching the breath. The natural rise and fall of the chest. Feeling how connected you are to the earth. Releasing anything that might not be serving you. Sending yourself a ton of love and light. And when it feels good, take a nice deep inhale and slowly start to wiggle through the fingers and the toes. Maybe nodding your head from side to side, inviting a little bit of movement back into the body. Maybe rolling your wrists or your ankles. Feel free to reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling if you're seated, or towards the wall behind you if you're laying down. Get a nice big stretch. Start to bring more movement back into the body. Allow the eyes to open. Thank you for being with me through this meditation. I hope it helped a little bit. And I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. rest of your night. Namaste.